Okay, so let's get rid of that charcoal filter, get it out of the way. Next, take the top lid off the coolant bottle. I'm going to drain it, okay, because I'm doing a coolant change in this as well. I removed the bottom pipe of the radiator, so that will the coolant out. Next, we remove the coolant bottle out the way. Disconnect those electrical connectors and the coolant pipes. Next, we jacked up the engine to support it and remove those first few bolts on the engine mount on the left hand side. I believe these ones are 16mm. Okay, so next we're going to remove the lower one bolt of the engine mount. So removing this engine mount from the actual engine block is quite difficult. You have to move the engine up and down, so you have to move it slightly over to the left as well. It also does help if you remove the plastic coverings of the timing belt, as this will aid you in removing the mount. Otherwise you just won't get the mount out. What I also did to help aid me in assistance in removing it is I removed the auxiliary belt as well and the tensioner. So the next day, off camera, I removed the bottom pulley to give it a quick examine and put it back on to be able to turn the engine to get it top dead center. So right here, I'm showing you here, this is the arrows. The arrow's got to line up with the arrow on the engine block, and the same on the bottom of the pulley. These are your timing marks. What I also did is I marked them, so once the pulley came off at the bottom, I got my pen out and I marked them myself, so I know exactly where it goes. Okay, so next I used a 13mm in this case to remove the guides for the timing belt. So in the box, cam belt, which will check length in a second. We have all the bits and bobs. So we've got the water pump. Also, we'll make sure that's the correct one, which we'll do in case they level out. And all our bits and bobs. So we've got our tensioner and our idlers. 1, 2, 3, and all the bolts. Happy days. That's what comes in the kit. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly check the length of the old. We find where it's written, because you have a good line guideline. You stretch it, you ensure that it meets, which it does. Obviously, then don't put the old one back on. Okay, so here we go. Let's put it all back together. So I started to remove the water pump. This also drained the rest of the coolant out of the engine block. Next, I installed the water pump and then all the pulleys, and made sure I torqued all of them to the correct spec, as getting this part wrong can actually ultimately destroy your engine. This part has to be done correctly, as it is linked to the timing of your engine, and if anything's not correctly bolted down, then you'll have issues further down the line. Okay, so now we're putting the belt back on. Pretty easy to do, you just make sure you put it over the guides and around the water pump and bottom pulley and top pulleys. Everything's on. Now you need to torque it with the tensioner. Okay, so I've got an Allen key here, and essentially you want to make sure that the green lines up with the green on the tensioner. I'll show you in a second. So torque it down. And then double check it. See, green is in line with the little gap. Perfect. Quite hard to see, there's a little notch on the bottom part of the green lip. That just has to be in between the two gaps. Oh, and that was my little son there saying, yeah, you got to do it correctly. And there you go, timing back together. It's also in good practice to turn the engine. This is for you to be able to check that the timing is still correct. So you just keep rotating it until all the marks are lined back up. And basically do everything in reverse. You essentially put the engine mount back on. Very difficult, lots of adjusting on the engine. It's probably one of the hardest engines I've worked on in terms of doing timing belts. Right, so I'm putting the bottom pulley back on now. I wouldn't recommend using the gun until you've got it mostly on, because the pulley needs to go on straight. On the pulley, there's actually a marker, so you can't put the pulley on wrong. It can only go on one way. And finally, make sure you torque them up to spec. There we go. Now putting the bottom mount on, assuring it's attached to the gearbox housing properly. In this case, I did torque it back out. Right, so now we're just putting all the bits and bobs back together. The charcoal filter will go back together. Putting all the electrical and pipes back on, and then we're going to top up with the coolant. Okay, so now we're topping the coolant bottle up with the coolant. I'd recommend turn the engine over and then turn it straight back off. If you've got something on the engine and you've done it properly, you don't want to turn it over too much, otherwise you can break the engine.
Well, there we go, it started. So what's going to happen now is the coolant, because the water pump's turning, that's going to push the coolant through the engine, through all the pipes, through the radiator, get out any air that's left in there. So we're going to let it run for a bit, let the engine get up to operating temperature, which is about 90 degrees, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll be able to get a good sense. We'll be able to get a good sense on if we've done a good job on the timing belt. But yeah, at the moment it's sounding good.